Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to our channel. And if you're new here, welcome. And please click the like and subscribe button and the bell notification. This way you get notified every time I upload a video. Well, today's video is all about charging systems. I have a 15 Street Glide over here on the lift that the complaint is the battery keeps dying while he's riding. Well, if you can tell from the picture that I'm about to show, you're going to see the difference between a battery that belongs in this bike and the battery that was in this bike. Okay, now that you've seen that picture, you can see that the battery that was installed in this bike is the wrong size. And with that, I found two battery leads for the hot and also the ground instead of just one. So we're going to straighten that out as well. And I'm going to go through the troubleshooting techniques that I did, besides the obvious that he had the wrong battery in his bike. But the battery had 1.9 volts in it when it got here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to troubleshoot the charging system. We're going to check the stator, and we're going to check the rectifier, and then we're going to see what we're charging at the battery with the bike running. So let me reposition the camera, get the lift up, and we'll continue on. Okay, I got the bike up. I disconnected the stator from the voltage regulator or rectifier, depending on what language you speak. And first step we want to do is we want to ohm out our stator. And what's a stator? Well, it creates electricity from windings, wire windings, and a magnet wheel that rotates around the wire connection. And it creates what they call AC voltage, which is alternating current. And from there it goes into the voltage rectifier, regulator, and converts it from AC to DC. Now, all vehicles are DC, but they also have some AC operated stuff. So that's how that works. AC stands for alternating current, and DC stands for direct current. So what you're going to need is a good ohm meter, which I have it set to ohms right now. And this is a 3-phase. If you could tell, I tried to do something with the lighting here. There's 3 holes. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go 1 to 3, 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, 3 to 1. So I'm going to check it all the way around. And what I'm looking for is what they call OL, which is open line, which means there's a break in the stator. So 1 to 3, and I have 0 ohms. 1 to 2, 0 ohms. 3 to 2, 0 ohms, and then back again. So I just checked all 3 phases of this stator, so there's no shorts within the stator. But I also want to check it from the stator to the chassis or to the engine, and I should have an OL on all 3 of them, because if I do have an ohms reading, which means it is shorted out to the frame, and the AC current that it's creating is going to right to ground, which is not happening. So I could tell you right now the stator is good. And there's 3 parts to a charging system. You have your stator, you have your voltage rectifier, and your battery. That's it. The charging system is not that complicated. It is not hard, but can be quite tricky to troubleshoot because once everything could test out fine now, and once the bike gets hot and the rectifier gets hot, then it starts to have problems with it shorting on the inside of the motor or not. So I'm not in the motor, my correction, within the voltage rectifier itself. So what we're looking for is, why is this battery not charging? I suspect that it all has to do with the wrong battery that was put in this bike, because the bike wasn't properly stored. Again, somebody who took their bike, they parked it, left it for the winter, and when they came back, that it didn't work because you didn't do anything. But to get the stator wire off your voltage rectifier, there's a clamp, if you could see it, that holds the wire to your voltage rectifier. And then on the other side, there's another one that comes out of your rectifier that goes to your bike. Alright, so I'm going to put this back together, and then we're going to check the voltage at the battery, and then we're going to start it up and check the voltage with it running. It should be around 14.1 to 14.3 volts while running, and it should be roughly 12 volts, 12 to 13 volts while sitting on the bike. Okay, now that everything's repositioned, hopefully you can read my ohm meter here. I'm going to turn it on to volts. And the important thing is, on the screen you want to see where it says DC. Take your black lead to the negative side of the battery, the positive to the positive side of the battery, and I have 12.76 volts with the bike not running. Now when I start the bike, it's going to be loud. Okay, and I was at 13.8 volts. So the rectifier isn't doing its job. So what we need here now, is, besides the battery, is a voltage rectifier. So I'm going to get a price and see what we can come up with, and see if we can change this part, and go from there. Stay tuned. Alright, so here it is. We're going to order him a voltage rectifier, and we're going to fix this charging system for him. And just to give you an idea, these rectifiers aren't cheap. They're about $190 for them. And so now I'm going to take care of the extra stuff that he has in the bike that he doesn't need, like the extra power wire coming from the battery to the starter, the extra ground coming off the battery, and he's got a brand new starter in there. He feels he didn't need the new starter because of what it was doing. So I'm going to put that old starter back in for him as well. So, you know, the moral of the story is, be careful who you let work on your bike, because they might have an idea of what they're doing, but if they don't, they can break some havoc on your bike. And, you know, it's kind of tough. So, hey, if you guys like this video and you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the comments below. Also, give me a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so by now. And until the next one, live the best life you can, ride often, and ride hard.